Hi everyone, I'm Tim Riley with Angel Tarot Readings by Tim. Thank you so much for joining me for our weekly Angel Tarot Energy Forecast for the week of January 22nd through the 28th. And I am so sorry I did not get the reading out last week. I was under the weather with bronchitis, and I am back to feeling pretty good. Not 100%, but good enough to do it for the weekly reading for this upcoming week. We are going to be working with, for our main card deck, the Magical Messages from the Fairies deck by Doreen Virtue. Your crystal cards are going to be a little bit different for this week. As you can see, you don't get to see a crystal, so you're going to have to use your intuition as to which position that you're drawn to, and then I will reveal what that crystal is. So begin kind of now looking at the screen and focusing on which one that you're drawn to. These come from the Angel Gemstone Oracle card deck by Margaret Ann Limbo. I pulled a card deck from Stephen Farmer's Power Animal card deck, and then also another card from Diana Cooper's Unicorn cards, and those will be for kind of the energy. The tarot is actually from the Llewellyn Tarot. So a lot of cards here. We're going to go ahead and get you started here. If you chose card number 1, that's on the left side of your screen here, the crystal, and actually the angel, is the Angel of Goodwill. And the crystal associated with this is Tiger's Eye. I've got to watch my screen because I'm trying to show you this, but at the same time it blurs in and out. The message says, are you envious of someone else's good fortune? Uh-oh. So it says, are others jealous of you? Replace jealousy with happiness for another's good fortune. Blessings are being received all around, and anyone can create the same blessings with true and pure intentions. It's completely up to you. And the affirmation for this, from the Angel of Goodwill, is, I am sincerely happy for the blessings in the lives of others. It brings me great joy to see others experiencing happiness. I extend blessings and goodwill to all, and I'm grateful for other people's good fortune. That's really important because that is basically one of the keys for law of attraction. And you never want to come from a place of being envious of what someone else has that you don't have, because that will actually block you from being able to manifest what you want. And you're also pulling in that other person's energy, because now you're comparing not only what you don't have, but what else somebody else has. And guess what? They get more, because that's what you're envious about. Make sense to you? So, this is saying just be grateful and gracious, definitely, for what you do have. Now, the tarot deck, this is the Seven of Wands. And yes, as I can see directly here, there's some type of power struggle going on here. And whenever the Seven of Wands pops up, a lot of times that has to deal, I'm going to turn this around so you can see the crystal here. This has to deal with a challenge. This could be even a confrontation where you may have to defend yourself or defend what you own or have, your values or beliefs. But there's this is actually a good card in a way, because as you can see, you're much higher up than these other people. So they want what you have. So I feel, and I'm hoping that that's the case, that there's going to be people around you that may be envious of what you are doing or what you are trying to achieve or what you have. For some of you, this may actually be a job promotion. But there is definitely that energy that you need to be aware of. Okay? Now, for the magical messages from the fairies, okay, here we go. Walk away. And it says, leave the unhealthy situation, and just leave this unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that are opening as a result. So, it may not be worth the fight. In some cases, with whatever this may be, you may have been experiencing this for quite some time, where there is just a lot of all of this repetitive energy coming from other people, and you've been trying and trying, and Spirit is saying, it may be time to make a decision and to remove yourself from it and just leave and walk on. Okay, sometimes we have to do that. And no matter how hard we may try to defend maybe a value or a belief, there are always going to be those individuals that don't really have any interest in what you have to say. And that may be where you're trying so hard to get that across and you're wasting so much energy. It may be time. Okay? So that's position number 1. Now for position number 2, the crystal is the clear quartz crystal. And clear quartz is great because it's such an amplifies energy. It also amplifies whatever other crystal may be next to it as well. Which is why you can see I've got that big giant one way in the back there. It says, are you trying to gain clarity? Do things seem hazy and dark right now? Is your path unclear or uncertain? Go within and see the positive in all circumstances. Focus on the matter at hand. Maintain loving thoughts and surround your current life situation. So maintain loving thoughts surrounding your current life situation. And the angel of clarity, this can be your affirmation for this week as well to help you with this. I see my life situation clearly and from a greater perspective. I am focused in all that I do, and I am lovingly conscious in every action I take. I proceed with a greater understanding of what is required of me. Okay, so definitely getting clear on what it may be that we may need to, perhaps in some cases, walk away from. And the tarot card here, okay, this is the Ten of Cups. Now, this is a positive card. This is such a wonderful emotion, full of emotions, and this is the happy family life. I'm hearing marriage for some of you with card number 2, and, whether or not maybe taking that next step. But, the Cups card are definitely full of emotions. It is all about the happy, the picket fence and the dog and the kids and all of that. So I feel like there's a marriage that may be involved with this. So they're saying to get really clear on what it is that you may want to be pursuing in forms of some form of a relationship, okay? So this in most cases can be an actual relationship, but this is also about a commitment in some form, okay? Doesn't have to necessarily be about romance and relationships, but I feel like there's some type of commitment involved with this. Now your fairy card, love life. Okay, so it is about relationships. I love it. But I remember when I took the certified angel card reading course, and I remember Radley talking about this card and how it came up in a reading, and it wasn't about relationships. And the client was like, well, why is love life coming up? And it hit him. It was like, oh, well, just love life. That could be the message, is not necessarily your love life, but just love life, So the card here says the basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. Totally a marriage here if you selected card number 2. I really do feel that. There's going to be... it could be that you yourself are getting engaged or married. You may hear of a family member. They may announce a birth of a child even. But there's definitely going to be some shifts as it relates to stuff going on in the household. This could be even a moving in with someone as well. Okay? Card number 3. Now you have the angel of nurturing. Now this is chrysoprase. And I love the lovely green that's associated with this. Chrysoprase is one of those crystals that if you can get your hands on it, it really, I tell you, it just really allows you to cry. It's a very nurturing stone crystal. It's one where you just feel like you're cradled, like in your mom's arms, and it just allows you to be able to feel what you've been trying not to feel. It allows you to feel it and to get it out. It says, do you have a broken heart? Are you feeling unloved? Take the time to nurture yourself and know that you are loved by the divine. So open your heart and have more compassion for yourself and others. Take a long bath and drink plenty of water to nourish yourself. Now that's interesting because, we're talking about a broken heart, but then we also, over here, we're talking about relationships and marriage. So that may be the walking away also for some of you and contemplating on what your next step is going to be. Oh, I don't want to do that one yet. I want to do the tarot card. Okay. Okay, so you have, for your tarot, this is the Chariot. This is the 7 in the major arcana. So this is about life lessons. And I will tell you that with the Chariot, that has a lot of duality with it. Because traditional tarot, it has the horses, and one is white and one is black. And those horses represent your ego and your spiritual, okay? So there's a struggle within of doing the right thing and maintaining balance. It's about self-control, and it's also about your own will and making the right choices. So, when I see this card, it's about, again, being very assertive and determined about focusing on your goals and not letting anything steer you off your path. That's the main message for that. Vegetarian. So this is your message from the Fairies, and it says, a new way of eating gives you more energy, greater health, clarity, and stronger manifesting abilities. Okay? So, I will tell you, when I see these two, do you have a broken heart? Are you feeling unloved? And a new way of eating? If you are feeling unloved this week, watch what you're putting into your body. Too many times when we feel unloved or rejected, we turn to junk. We turn to sugary foods. We turn to things that we really shouldn't be eating. So don't eat your emotions is what I feel with this card here. But for some of you, this may be a new lifestyle as far as what you're wanting to incorporate with how you're eating. And the more that you eat more leafy greens and plant-based foods, it's going to raise your vibrational level. Okay? So those are the main messages for positions 1, 2, and 3. So it really does look, for some of you, this is going to be relationship-oriented. And again, I do feel like there could be some type of power struggle, so you need to be careful with that there. I want to see what the energy cards have to say. So we have the antelope. And this is decisiveness. It says, make a decision and take appropriate action. And I feel that this is more about whether you should stay or go in some cases. Whether you should get committed into the relationship or not. And for some of you, whether you should leave the relationship or not. Okay, there's a couple messages here with this. And I do feel, it's going to be definitely relationship focused. But some of you are going to be coming into relationships. And some of you may be contemplating on this decision of which direction should I head. But the main message for this is, what I hear is stop procrastinating. And just do something. So that's the energy from the antelope. And then for wisdom, which is the unicorn, it says, act with wisdom and people will respect you. This is also, again, going back to the action card here, which is making the wise decision. So, you may be finding yourself this week contemplating quite a bit on which direction that you may be wanting to pursue, which avenue, getting a little bit more clear on that. But I really do, with the love life and, of course, the Ten of Cups, I do feel that this is going to be a lot about relationships. And, again, to recap, just watch your diet, exercise, and maintain self-control, okay? Those are the main messages. Thank you so much, everyone. If you would like a personal reading from me, I am now doing my yearly forecast readings. I do that. We can do that FaceTime. I can do that MP3 for you. Please visit my website, timothyriley.biz. That has all of my information, pricing, and I look forward to serving you. And I will see you next week, everyone. Bye now.